So a guy from a local stereo shop called, wanted me to build him a 4 6.5 underseat box with that look. I usually say no, but I love building these boxes and designing them and challenges. So to create that look, which I blame on Bobby Gately, thanks for that by the way, I build the box out of Baltic birch so it's strong and I can get the layers. 3/4 inch Baltic birch is 13 layers of hard ass wood, no soft layers like normal birch plywood. When building a box like this, you need to be aware of the baffle and what you want to do with it. In this situation, I build it dry with pocket holes. So much easier to back up and unscrew a fuck up. I know you're saying to yourself, this guy seems like a professional woodworker. You'd be totally incorrect. I have what you call oddly focused on doing difficult shit syndrome, or a FOTUS. A FOTUS forces me to build almost anything I think I might be able to build and do a pretty good job at it. Some mean people call it autism. I call it bullshit. I am 100% normal. Ish. Okay. Maybe not. But shut the fuck up. I'm about to talk like in the video talk, not like this. Alright, I'm gonna talk. I like the time lapses because I listen to music. And it makes me happy. Make me happy. So, this here is the passenger side. Pocket hold the angled back wall, which goes up and then goes into the flat deck, which is a minor amount of space, but this little box is going to need every bit of it. And the lid's going to touch right here and be capped with the back. So, this is the seat belt pocket for the center. I don't know. It's some Chevy shit that's in the way. This is the transmission hump lift. It's 3/4 higher, so I just stack it on top of the other ones. This is a stock height underseat box. So he's not getting a seat lift. We're doing 4 6.5s. Inverted like the other boxes. So I got a 2.5-inch seat lift. So basically the seats sit level with this little angled pad. And that's where the top of this box is gonna just run right up. So there's no space. So this is easy. I just cut this whole space out like I did in the other boxes. So this is me switching up beats on the port location. I initially wanted to do a fancy labyrinth port that gave me the length and everything I needed out the front, but it was going to eat up too much airspace. It would have worked, but I knew I could get more airspace with a rear port. And since everything I build is a fucking one-off, I was prepared to make changes anyways. This is why dry building is like what I try to do from now on, because I'm going to fucking change it. I typically change it for the better, and just strive to do the best job I can in my mind, because oddly focused on difficult dumb shit. So that's where I'm at. Oh wait, I'm going to talk again. Time to talk again. All right. So what I'm making here, this is a port, and my impatience is killing me because I just want to stick it in.
What did he say?
So what I did, I was going to put the port in the front, and front ports just suck. They don't sound that great. You lose a lot of low end bass, I think.
Oh, okay.
So what I decided to do is do a 1" by 13 port out the back, 10 inches long, and I can expand it on the outside to go a little bit lower. I'm tuning this to 37. They want 40 something, but 37 is pretty good for 6.5s. So that's what I'm doing. And you can see the profile of this. It basically lays up here, creates a 1" port. Don't know how I'm connecting it. Don't know how I'm, because the lid comes down and lays right here. So I've got to shave what I think is a 12-degree in the top of the port. And then the top's going to come down. I'm going to have to shave a 1/4 inch up all the way over in the top. All right. Let's see how this thing works. All right. Port is somewhat in. So 13 by 1. Not an easy port to make, not an easy shape, hard to fasten. This is everything. Because fastening this piece, it's going to have to fasten to this board. Fastening this bottom piece, it's going to have to fasten to the same board in the same spot. So I'm going to have to figure that out. It shouldn't be too easy. This goes a quarter inch up into where the top sits. So I'm going to shave that off. It'll be incredibly fun. Don't know how I do it. The top's going to be a pain in the ass because it's big. This would be easy. All I have to do is make a 12-degree or whatever the degree ends up. 2 pieces, mount this on that, and then use the table saw. The top, I don't know what the top's going to do. I can't make a tabletop mill. Fuck, I might. But it sounds like a pain in the ass. So I'll figure it out. I'll probably just chew it out and make it clean with a file or some shit. But that's an update. This guy's looking pretty good. That's fun. But it worked. Alright, so we cut the little guys. I'm gonna cut them in half. That's so when I grind around this corner, it doesn't cut into this. And then I'll pull this off, trim it, and then the big thing. I gotta cut the top. So, glue it up time. This is when I'm pretty sure I haven't done any screw ups. I don't have anything that I've got to back up for. So then I can finalize the carcass of the box. And the lid. The lid's usually the last in this type of box. The baffle is connected at the bottom. But the lid is just like the final thing. You've got to do it differently because of the sculpting. So this is how I do it. Here's the little backport cap piece, kind of a pain in the ass. And then coming up next is the top. So I cut it out, broke it up, and then ran the saw the length, and then file fixed it. So I chewed out the lid to make the 1" by 13 port. That's a fuck up, but it's covered up by the cap. So there's a port integrated in the deck, this angle piece, and the lid, and the port which tapers into the lid. Yeah, I love making stupid shit. So next, start making my front baffle, which I need 3 more on top of this one. Backtrack, make sure everything's glued that's up to here. And maybe I can fasten the top. I don't know if I can fasten the top yet. This is the problem. Shit's not easy, and the shit I'm doing is harder than not easy. If that makes any sense. Whatever. It's a good look at the little box. So here I'm putting on those little guys on the sides that I'll carve into, and leveling the box out so glue stays on, and gluing the top down. I guess I figured out I didn't have anything I had to back up for. This is the second baffle. First one I use it to copy it. And I'm using a rabbit bit to enlarge it. This one is when I stop using a rabbit bit. Right there. So what happened is when you're using a big rabbit bit, it's very grabby. And I was at the last pass of that hole, and I guess I just was on a bad angle. So then it grabs it, spins it, and breaks the damn board in half. So I decided to go away from the rabbit and use this ring, which it's a 7-inch ring. That's what I needed. And it makes everything a little simpler, a little safer. I mean, if this was at real speed, you would see I'm waiting for the router to stop spinning because I just don't want to fuck shit up again. This is me capping the back end. Nothing big. So I trashed one of the boards. I got caught by the rabbiting bit. So I did this second face a little different than that one. This was actually supposed to be the third face. You see it's a little bigger. I'll trim that down, no biggie. But now I need 2 more. So I got to get one of the 4x8s down. I'm going to clear the table. Track saw it at 55 inches. And then cut it off. And then cut the next one off. This is me doing the third and fourth baffle. Copying the second baffle, which was actually the third one because I killed the second one. The 3, I cut out the bottoms because it was too close on purpose because these guys had to sit at the bottom so I can have some room up here. The speaker ends here and it's just too thin to ground and get a round shape once I start grinding. Shit looks pretty good. Sanded the back down. Routed the port out a little bit. Cleaned it up. Here I am using the rabbit bit to fix what happened to the first board, or the baffle board. it got chewed on that one hole. So I just took an 1/8 inch out. Time to glue it together. So I always feel like I'm going to fuck up. All right, so front is on. It's gonna take a little massaging because, of course, the pocket holes pulled this up just a little bit. It's all right. Everything's getting ground, so fuck it. Here's the first glue up of the baffle stack. Got to do this 2 more times after this, and she fits. Second glue up, third piece, fourth glue up, or third. I'm stupid. This is a 1/2 inch round. Just gives a nice finish. All right. All that's left now is, a seal check and then grinding. Grind all this. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to logo the box. I'd love to put something there. Not Chevy or Ford or some gay bullshit like that, but my logo. I'd love to do it with a CNC engraver, but that one's too Chinese for me to work. So, next is to grind. And do I? So this is a Cuts-All disc. I used 3 different ones, and then a lot of sanding afterwards. I just roughly chew it out and then try to go as soft as possible with the most aggressive thing you could find in the world. This is the softer disc. This is just kind of a top work, smooth out the gouges. And then fucking sanding. I fucking hate sanding. But I've sanded and sanded and sanded. How does that look? Well, that looks fucking pretty cool. Lots of sanding. Fucking hate sanding. I'm glad for that thing. It's kind of saving me. I'm grinding the bottom now. It's pretty easy. Just do the corners and then these little gaps between the subs. And more sanding. I'm gonna put fucking hate sanding on a shirt. I'm just saying, fucking sand. Stain. The best part about this stain is it is a 2-to-1 mixture of 2 different stains to try to match his door trim. I've got pretty close. This little nightmare contraption is so I can route out a notch in the back of the box because the GMC goes into that space and then swoops back up. So I had to do it on my box in my truck, the box in the other truck. This one, since did a higher angle, I gotta do more. So I create another template and dig a big ass chunk out of this box on both sides. Time for a test fit. Oh, she looks pretty. All we need now is an epic walk around at sunset. Yeah.